is now my great privilege to introduce this afternoon's student speaker. Our speaker hails from Miro, Louisiana. She's graduating from the College of Education, earning a Master of Education degree. Please welcome to the stage, Ms. Christina Gilliard.
Dr. Dreisner, Dr. Cowan, Dr. Bates, members of the faculty and staff, family and friends, and fellow graduates. 23 and a half years ago, I was standing on a different stage, but in a very similar situation. I was speaking at my graduation from Concordia University of Wisconsin, where I earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in management. Why management? Because it was free. It was one of the only programs that my company's tuition reimbursement plan covered, and so I took advantage of it. I had been in the corporate world since I was 18 years old, 17 years at that point, and I knew that there was no way to move up the ladder if I didn't further my education. For those of you who are calculating, 23 and a half plus 18 plus 17, the age I am today, equals not too old. Not too old to be graduating from college and not too old to be considering what's next, but old enough that I have some words of wisdom I can share with you today. My first piece of advice is to never stop growing. I was very happy to leave the corporate world in 2016. It really wasn't the life for me, but I appreciated the time I spent there because it afforded me the opportunity to do some training for some of my coworkers. And it was then that I realized my love for teaching. After getting certified to speak and train, I started a private business doing workshops and training sessions, and eventually I enrolled in the amazing education program here at Concordia. And now here we are at the end. But it really isn't the end, is it? Did you know that the Latin root grad means step? And commencement, which we use interchangeably with graduation, means beginning. We're not at the end. And as Karen Carpenter said, we've only just begun. Even the not too old folks like me. My second piece of advice for you today is to lead with love. I tend to find meaning in song lyrics, and during that first speech that I mentioned from my last graduation, I reflected on a song by Michael W. Smith called Friends of Friends Forever. That was a different time, a different place, and a much smaller audience. Today, as I speak to a room full of educators, the song that comes to mind is The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston. If you recall, the song starts, I believe that children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. As a trainer, my focus is on leadership, and leadership is about influence. We are leaders to the students we teach and support, and no matter what their age, we have the opportunity to change their lives for the better. My favorite leadership book is one by Joel Manby, the former CEO of SeaWorld. It's called Love Works. And Mr. Manby says in the book that treating someone with love, regardless of how you feel about that person, is a very powerful principle. It can make us great spouses, great parents, great friends, great leaders too. I would add great teachers to that list. I watched this happen with my own son, Joshua. After repeating kindergarten and then passing first grade by the skin of his teeth, he finally had a teacher who cared. A teacher who would help him out of the car in the morning and say things like, "Good morning, Joshua, I love you, it's gonna be a great day." He's now in his second year of college and doing well. more than ever, the words of Dionne Warwick that she sang in 1965 ring true. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. And I should mention that when you're writing song lyrics, it's perfectly okay to end a sentence with a preposition. My last piece of advice for you today is to express your gratitude. My experience at Concordia has been an amazing one. I've learned so much from my professors and my classmates, and I can't wait to incorporate that in the classroom. One of the things that I've found really interesting is how much things have changed since my first semester of college in 1978. Back then, there was no such thing as the internet. So graduates, can you imagine doing action research back then? No. I'm a bit horrified that some of the kids in my own family have no idea what a card catalog is. I am thankful for those resources we have today, and I am thankful for the people who have taught us to use them. I am grateful for all of the people who had anything to do with my standing here today, including our teachers and all of the faculty and staff at Concordia. I also appreciate those who have supported me personally in the process, especially my husband, who will be graduating with his bachelor's degree in May at the not too old age of 66. Most importantly, I am thankful to the Lord for giving me the gifts that have allowed me to succeed. And so I give thanks with a grateful heart. And I encourage you to do the same. When I stood on that graduation, when I stood on the stage of my last graduation, I never imagined what was in store for my future. I certainly didn't think it was going to take me 23 and a half years to get my master's degree. Who knows, maybe in another 25 I'll get my doctorate and I'll be asked to speak at that graduation as well. Until then, I remind you to never stop growing, lead with love, and always express your gratitude. Congratulations, graduates, we did it.